Hello from America. I'm Dr. MJ Bienvenue. I have bat- a bachelor's in English, a master's in linguistics, and a PhD in linguistics. I'm a professor at Gallaudet University in the ASL and English department. Gallaudet University is the only deaf university in the world that for the deaf. Gallaudet is a bilingual university, and this is very important because it allows the student here to analyze and dig deeper in language, either language, English or ASL, because it's a part of who they are. In the 1950s, William C. Stokey discovered that ASL itself was a language with its own rules and orientation. And then in the 70s, he started to garner support for his discovery. So here in America, there's research done that English itself was a language. And in France, they did the same thing with their language. In Italy, they did the same thing with their language. All these languages were recognized to have rules and boundaries.
Here in America, we recognize English as the official language, just as in other countries, the French recognize French as the official language. And in Italy, it's the same thing. The Italian has, or Italian is the language in Italy.
Everyone done with that section? I'm gonna go ahead and rewind it. I'm gonna go back a little bit before that last break. Think about what she's signing before this. Who was she just talking about? Who was the person she was just talking about?
William Stokey,
William Stokey.
and he was
That-
ASL was a language.
Right. So tying that into the next sentences. It's not necessarily verifying that other spoken languages were languages.
Other signed languages, like French Sign Language and Italian Sign Language.
For example, LIS. Italian Sign
Italian
Language.
Sign Language.
LIS. I'm gonna back up and let you guys do that section again. I'm gonna go from just a little bit earlier. Just as we stop. Yes.
So in the 60s, in America, he started to garner support that ASL was in fact a full language. So everyone across America started researching and discovering that ASL was a language. And this led to the French doing their own research on French language and recognizing that it itself was its own language. And then also in Italy, they researched Italian Sign Language and recognized that it itself was a full language.
Section.
This is important because in spoken language, it's already understood that it, and in itself, it is a language. So it was needed to discover that ASL was a language. It has complex messages. It has morphemes and its own phonology.
Everyone good to keep going?
I feel like from the start, like just getting really confused and everything and like tripping up, like I have completely been thrown off track. Just completely.
So that's gonna be part of your feedback as well, part of your forward activities, and we can determine if next week we need to each do it individually.
Italian Sign Language has already been recognized as a full language. The research has already been done on it. And here at Gallaudet, we fully support them in their fight to recognize Italian Sign Language as its own language.
as an official language, but not only has to be evaluated personally, but from other societies.
Research is needed in ASL, Italian Sign Language, French Sign Language. And it's very important. It allows us to understand how deaf people think, their cognitive skills. And it's very critical in child development.
That last one was a question and way off topic. It's falling apart.
Better to improve on it next time.
It's cognitive. That's what it was.
This could be the video you choose for your final project.
The president of Gallaudet, Dr. Alan Horowitz, he regrets that he can't be here with me to send this message, but he wants me to let you guys know that he fully supports your fight in making Italian Sign Language a full. We'll just send it there.
We'll just
Next section.
The deaf community fully supports
All of us in the deaf community
as a given.
know and realize and understand that that Italian Sign Language needs to be recognized as a language, just like all the other sign languages are recognized as languages.
Okay, last section.
we look back in time and look at all the mistakes that were made in researching ASL and other sign languages, we can now recognize that sign language is here to stay, and we're here to fight and help you guys continue your fight in recognizing Italian Sign Language. Keep up the good work.